is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Flying Championship as we are here for round number 8 of the 2019 Formula E Championship at the Lippo Village International Formula Circuit in Indonesia for the Tangerang ePrix. My name is Miran FG in the commentary booth today, and yes, the ACC visits a brand new country. We take to Indonesia for the first ever time. Here for the Lippo Village Circuit. We've got 15 minutes of the group stage qualifying. Just ahead of us, Erik Adelberg is the first man out. Yeah, before we get stuck in with qualifying then, let's go through the track. So the Lippo Village International Formula Circuit. Now this circuit is actually very interesting when you take account of the history, mainly because it doesn't really have much history. The circuit was first opened in 2009, designed by famous track designer Herman Tilke for the now defunct A1 Grand Prix series. The circuit was confirmed to host a round of the 2008 and 2009 A1 Grand Prix season. However, due to failing to meet construction deadlines, the circuit was never raced, and it only saw action with a few local racing series. Other than that, the circuit was barely up there, and by 2011 the track was defunct. So this circuit is the only circuit in the ACOC history that doesn't exist anymore. Well, no, I guess you could throw in Hanoi in there. So that makes the only two defunct circuits in the ACOC's history being Formula E tracks this season. So, yeah. But not a lot is known about the circuit. It's 3.2 kilometers long, 12 turns, and a race lap record is a 1:53.3 set in a Honda Jazz in 2009. So, yeah, it's there's not been many racing series, if any at all, at this circuit. So there's really no benchmark to go up against, especially considering that there's been no open wheel racing series that have come here. As Erik Adelberg is just going to start his lap then of the Lippo Village International Formula Circuit. I'm just going to call it the Lippo Village Street Circuit. Rolls off the tongue much nicer. So there's Henry J. Brown who slots into second. Matthew Falcon with a 1:25.9. Obviously, for those who are watching Formula E for the first time, the top 8 will advance into Super Pole to fight it out for pole position. There's Huang Ming Nguyen up into first. He gets topped by Giulia Cesetti with a 1:25.7. And the time's coming in on the board. There's Jolga slotting into fifth with a 1:26 flat, about 400ths faster than Henry J. Brown. Erkki Nytt up into P5. It's not a bad lap from Nytt, the man who has failed to score points in any of the last 7 races. There's Schwulenberg going fastest. Not a bad effort from Tobias Schulenberg with a 1:25.719. But as we know, these first few laps aren't going to stay. As we ride on board with Erkinit as he heads down the back straight down into turn number 5. Left-hander, then through turn 6 and 7. Now into the hairpin of turn 8. Despite this track being built for normal open wheelers, it still is a very characteristically Formula E track with a few straights and very sharp corners and hairpins. As we're waiting for a few cars across the line, there's Simpson up at the P20. And Adam Wolf is the final car across the line, and that is all the 24 times on the board. I was just going to say Tobias Schulenberg went fastest, but Coleman Russ has other ideas, as he has now taken the provisional fastest spot with a 1:25.5 from Huang Ming Nguyen and then Tobias Schulenberg. And the rest of the top 8 is Brown, Chisetti, Tildesley, and Wolf. And then also Ari Soilo just got himself up there. It's impossible to do current standings because Formula E qualifying changes so fast. Everyone keeps nailing in improvements, and that's what makes the series so great. That it really is unpredictable with how things are gonna turn out. There's Halil Shahin up at the P6, but yeah, the drivers and the championships are always so close, so you can never really predict who's gonna be on pole and also win the race, and that means that you're gonna have a lot of race winners throughout the season. Obviously, the only man we've had won twice this season is Abrar Chowdhury. There goes Jake Tildesley up into 2nd position. The man who scored a podium last time out at Paul Ricard. Looking to repeat much the same here as Robert improves his 15th. And Aaron Curtis now goes fastest in the Geox Dragon. The Irishman gets himself up to the top of the leaderboard, 1:25.405. It's a very good lap from Curtis, and Zenan Kaya goes up to 2nd position as well. Coleman Rusto, he responds to the lap time from Curtis. He goes fastest with a 1:25.3, so that lap time is coming down drastically. As we go on board with Halil Shahin through the middle sector, he's about 2/10 off Rus at the moment, so it could be an improvement as we head into this more twisty bit, the more narrower section of the circuit through turns 13 and 14. And to turn 15, and then through the final corner, turn number 16. Hugging the inside wall there, and now down to the final straight, and across the line, it's a 1:25.696. He goes up 1 position as Tobias Schulenberg now goes up into P1 for the time being. So the battle for Super Pole, very, very, it is very close here. As there's Tildesley, who now takes the fastest position by 0.3 of a second. We could even get into the 1:24s here in qualifying if the drivers push close enough, as we have improvements from Råberg, who gets himself up into P6 as Curtis and Ankaya once again lock out the top 2 positions as Curtis goes fastest again from Zanankaya. And yes, we have gotten into the 1:24s, ladies and gentlemen, as Aaron Curtis gets himself into the 1:24 territories with a 1:24.957. And Coleman Rus just 25 flat takes the 2nd position. As Curtis still on an improvement, look at that, by about 7/10 in the first sector as he heads into turn 8. It's not bad at the moment from Aaron Curtis. Aaron Curtis obviously didn't do fantastically in DTM in his rookie season back in 2018. It was only P17 in the championship, but due to a lot of drivers leaving or stepping up to other series or retiring, there were a lot of DTM drivers who earned a call up to Formula E. You had Adam Hidayat, who was in for the first round at Dubai for Geox Dragon. However, he left to replace Fernando Tost as Anton Råberg now was fastest. Never mind, Curtis just took it back. But what I wanted to say was that Curtis replaced Adam Hidayat, who went up into Formula 2 to replace Fernando Tost and he made his debut at the second Dubai ePrix, and he didn't do too bad. He scored a P5 on debut as Kolman Grus now takes the fastest spot. 5.5 minutes to go. There goes Abrar Chowdhury, the Mahindra driver, the two-time race winner, up into 4th position as his teammate Erki Nytt up at the P12. So he'll be hoping to score a few points here today. So here's Ari Soiler currently down in 17th position. Porsche in the championship fight at the moment with Remus McGregor. McGregor is currently down in P23. Obviously, Paul Ricard was the first race where McGregor did not score points this entire season. Obviously, he'll be hoping to get back in the points now, considering Schulenberg is only 3 points off in the championship, and Ari Soiler is 6 points off. And then you got a few people there as well. You got Adelberg, 14 points behind us. There we go. Remus McGregor gets himself up into the top 8 with that lap. Now that is what he needs. And ahead of Tobias Schulenberg he goes as well. We'll see if championship rival Schulenberg or Soiler is going to be able to respond with a lap. Or if Eric Adelberg, there he is up into P10. I have to say, it's really great seeing McGregor and Adelberg go at it for the title. Just like they did at DTM, now in Formula E, really proves that they are the new generation of talents in the ACOC. As Balin Jolga now goes fastest, look at that. But it's not lasted for long as Abrar Chowdhury now takes the fastest spot in qualifying, and his teammate Erki Nytt up at the P7 he goes, and into provisional super pole. Ari Soiler, the Porsche, gets himself up into 5th. So that's a good lap from Ari Soiler. Now that means that McGregor and Schulenberg are out of super pole. There's Adam Wolf in the second. So quick fire improvements we have here, as we're getting into the 124s here, the mid to low 124s. But Abrar Chowdhury looking to get into Super Bowl, looking to chase down his 3rd pole position this season, as there is Erki Nytt, who is looking to improve. He wants to get into Super Bowl. He wants to score points in Formula E, as it's really not been a great season. As Remus McGregor improves up at the 8th, gets himself into provisional Super Bowl. There's Henry J. Brown on an improvement through Sector 2. He's 1,000th up, a second up on Abrar Chowdhury, the man P24. Can he boost himself up into the top 8? Quite possibly. We're gonna see as he heads through turn 15 and then into the final corner. Turn number 16 is Henry J. Brown gonna be able to lift himself up with this lap as he goes across the line. Where can Henry J. Brown go? And it is P1, and that is 23 positions gained from Henry J. Brown to go fastest. Now that is what we call climbing up the order, and Henry J. Brown takes the fastest spot. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Brown. As there's Erki Nytt on the lap, but he has got the Envision Virgin racing car off. I think that is Anton Dråberg just ahead. Brown's provisional pole hasn't lasted long though, as Adam Wolf takes it now. Wolf actually went a bit wide through turn 1 there, but yeah, he takes it now, as that is Huang Ming Nguyen up at the 3rd, and Noah Clifton up at the P5 for DS Cheetah. Not bad from Noah Clifton, who hasn't scored any points yet in Formula E. He is the only man to score points, along with 3 others, those being Erki Nytt, Balin Jolga and Talal Nugali, who haven't scored points. Giulia Cisetti is going to be on the lap here. Let's see where the Italian driver can get herself. Currently she is in P22, and it is P12, so up 10 positions for Giulia Cisetti, just not close enough for Super Pole just yet. Tobias Schulenberg, who's down to P20 now. This is not where the German wants to be, and he's going to want to set improvements, obviously. As the timer ticks down, and the people in the pit lane now will not be able to improve once again. So Chowdhury, Jolga, Soiler and McGregor, crucially Soiler and McGregor, will not be setting improvements in this, so they just have to be so they are out, confirmed, of Super Poles. Anton Dråberg now goes fastest, and look at that in the first sector, he's 10th up, as Courtney Simpson up into 30 goes. This is actually a very unusual qualifying. Obviously, not much is known about the circuit, so I think we are going to have drivers improve quite a lot. And we've had massive amounts of improvement in qualifying here. It's Tanner in the pit lane. We've got all these guys in the pits. Soilu, Chowdhury. Chowdhury is going to have to hope that he's safe and that no one else gets into Super Pole at the moment, as we have Chisetti on the lap at the moment. Let's see what Giulia Chisetti can do as she goes across the line. Will it be an improvement for Chisetti to get herself into Super Pole? And yes, it is. That is up into P2 for Giulia Chisetti, and that could be the Italian woman into Super Pole. Tunja Tornkonkum goes P4 as well. Not a bad lap for Tunja Tornkonkum, but that is going to knock Abar Chowdhury out of Super Pole. As we have Erki Nytt in P6, as the checker flag now falls, Talal Nugali gets himself up to P13. What can Halil Shine do in 18th? Up one position goes the man from Turkey as Coleman Rus. And there is a very big improvement. Jake Tildesley now goes fastest once again. Anton Råberg sets an improvement, but he stays where he is. Tobias Schwulenberg up to P7 goes the German, and Courtney Simpson now takes the fastest spot. And we're having a few other guys on laps. We're gonna have Chisetti still on a lap, so we'll see where she can go. We've got Konkum on a lap as well. Nugali could maybe get himself into Super Pole, but Erki Nytt has made it in. Unless Nugali gets himself into Super Pole, that means that Erki Nytt, for the first time in his career, is gonna be in the top 8. As Chisetti, going very wide into turn number 13. That was, luckily she didn't hit the wall, as Chisetti now heads into the final corner, turn number 16. Probably won't be an improvement because of the mistake she made in sector 3. Either way, we're going to see as she comes across the line, and it's not an improvement for Chisetti. What about Talal Nugali, who is, I believe, the final car on the lap? Yeah, he is going to be, as he rounds turn 16. Can Talal Nugali get himself into the top 8 with this lap? Let's see. And he does! And he goes fastest! And that means that Talal Nugali gets himself into Super Pole as well. But that is the group stage done and dusted. Your top 8. Talal Nugali, Courtney Simpson, Jake Tildesley, Anton Råberg, Giulia Chisetti, Henry J. Brown, Tunja Tornkonkum, and Tobias Schwulenberg. As we gear up then for the group stages, Schwulenberg very, very lucky to not get knocked out, but it's a shame for Erki Nytt there in P9. Almost made it in to Super Pole. Either way, I think that is actually his highest qualifying position in Formula E. So nice stuff from Erki Nytt. Finally, this might be a change of fortunes for the man from Estonia. But both Nissan Idams cars have made it in. Chisetti P5 with Henry J. Brown in P6. Anton Råberg made it in once again. He's been a pretty good qualifier. He's consistently been in Super Pole throughout the majority of these last few qualifyings. Got Tunja Tornkonkum, obviously the race winner back at Okayama, who himself is in the championship fight as well, I would say. Only 21 points behind Remus McGregor. And McGregor, he's going to have a lot to do in the race. P19 it is at the moment for Remus McGregor. So he'll have to hope to just keep calm and drive a good race all the way until the end. And maybe, just maybe, score points. Tobias Schwulenberg, all he needs to do, outscore McGregor by 3 points. And just hope that teammate Stoll doesn't finish ahead. And he will be in the lead of the championship. So it doesn't sound like too much of a task for the German, considering that McGregor is in P19, but we never know. We had, obviously in Formula 1, we had the Japanese Grand Prix, where it looked like Johansson was going to seal the title, but things went very wrong for the Mercedes driver. But we are now here for 8 minutes of Super Pole, and it is Tunja Tornkonkum who is the first man out. Obviously recently crowned race winner in the ACOC as he won the Okayama ePrix. It's a very, very fantastic race from Tunja Tornkonkum. Obviously he made his debut in DTM in 2018. Had some pretty he had actually a pretty alright run of performance, scored points a lot, even 2 podiums to his name. Driving for Audi, he was the second highest placing Audi in the championship out of 6. So it wasn't a bad effort at all from him in DTM, and earned him the call-up to Formula E with Rocket Venturi Racing. And so far, well, I have to say, it really hasn't gone bad for him. His performances have been on the rise recently, and you know, he's as we said previously, he is a race winner. So it's fantastic to see. But let's go through the lap of Lippo Village with Thunjatorn Konkum as he starts the lap then, and into the left-hander of turn 1. Very, very long left-hander this is. And then on the exit there, now into turn 2, this little very flowy section of the circuit, into turn 3, stay on the inside line there, through into the braking zone of turn 4, and now you can unleash the 250 kilowatts of power from that electric motor down this little back straight, and then into this little kink, turn 5, and then into the right-hander of turn 6 and turn 7. Apply a tiny bit of braking force there. Into the hairpin of turn 8 we go. Now this is the more technical part of Lippo Village. As I said, a lot like a Formula E circuit this is, so it feels like proper Formula E racing this, as we head into turn 11, the left-hander of turn 11, and then a very sharp turn 12, as you can see. Now down this little straightaway, and into turn number 13, this is, into the braking zone, as the track gets very narrow here. Make sure to stay out of the barriers, you don't want to do that. And then into turn 14, left and right, all these are 90-degree corners, all the way up until the 16th and final corner, and now it's just down the start-finish straight. And that is a lap of the Lippo Village International Formula Circuit, and across the line it's a 1:25.9 from Konkum, so a bit slower than the times we saw in the group stages. Obviously with less cars, it's going to mean less rubber on the track. Obviously, well, there's already been rubber laid by the cars, but things like track temperature and all that could affect the conditions, as Nugali now goes fastest ahead of Konkum and Cesetti. There's Cesetti's teammate Brown. Let's see what the man from Portugal can do, as Henry J. Brown goes across the line. And he goes P2 ahead of Thunjatorn Konkum. Courtney Simpson slowest at the moment, as we have Tobias Schulenberg, the German, currently on a lap. He's about 2 thousandths off, look at that, of Talal Nugali in the middle sector. So Nugali here, actually, not a bad lap time from the man from Saudi Arabia. And he could be on for quite a good result, qualifying quite possibly, as we are gonna have Schwulenberg then across the line. Let's see where the German can get himself as he goes across the line, and it's P5, so he lost a lot of time in the third sector to Talal Nugali. So that's on Konkum, currently on a lap. We have a few guys who still haven't set laps. I think Råberg hasn't set a lap, along with as there goes Konkum, and he goes up with the fast position. Cesetti sets an improvement, but she stays in P4. Jake Tildesley is just going to come around the final corner to set his first lap. Where can the Brit go? P2, not bad from Jake Tildesley. 3:10 to go. Anton Råberg is going to be the final man to set a lap time. Let's see where Råberg can get himself, and it is P6 for Anton Råberg, and ahead of Tobias Schulenberg goes the Swede. Speaking of Schulenberg, he's still on a lap here as he heads through turn 11. Then to turn 12, as Simpson now goes fastest. Look at that. That is a very good lap time from Courtney Simpson. 1:25.742. That's almost a tenth faster than Thunjatorn Konkum. And that could be the Jamaican driver taking his first pole of the season. But it's not over until it's over. We still have 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. So that leaves a lot of room for improvement. As Schulenberg rounds turn 16, can the German improve? The man who's fighting for the championship, as he goes across the line and up at the P6. Goes Tobias Schulenberg ahead of Cesetti, and knocks Råberg down to last place now. Cesetti's knocked down to P7. She's going to want to respond to the lap time by Schulenberg. As Cesetti rounds the final corner, what can she do? As Cesetti goes around the final corner, Konkum goes fastest. As Julia Cesetti goes across the line, and she improves, but she stays in P7. So very minute improvements in qualifying for Cesetti. As we're going to have Nugali across the line, and Nugali up into third. goes the man from Saudi Arabia, just 5 thousandths of Courtney Simpson. So the gap's very, very close at the moment, as we're going to have Henry J. Brown, the man from Portugal, across the line. Let's see what Brown can do as he makes his way across the line, and it's P2, and he gets himself onto the front row provisional. We have Råberg in the pit lane as Simpson improves, but Courtney Simpson stays in P3 for the time being. Tobias Schwulenberg still desperate to try and get a lap in, but he's just, I fear he's losing a lot of time as the laps go on. As Schwulenberg rounds turn 15 and then into turn number 16. Let's see if the man in the Porsche can improve as round turn 16 and then across the line for Schwulenberg, and he improves, but it is only P6 for the German. As we have Thunjatorn Konkum, the current pole sitter. Let's see if Konkum can improve as he is gonna go across the line. And he does improve, and that's by a 1/10 of a second. Great lap from Thunjatorn Konkum as Julia Chisetti comes into the pit lane, so she is not going to improve. And she will start P7 at the Tangerang ePrix. We're going to have Jake Tilsley, though, who's going to try and set an improvement. He does set an improvement, but he cannot get himself up positions. Nugali, though, up into P2 goes the man from Saudi Arabia. So very strong qualifying from Talal Nugali. As Henry J. Brown comes into the pit lane, he's currently P3, so he'll be hoping to keep that third position and finish on the second row as the checkered flag has now fallen. Courtney Simpson is going to be the first man to finish up and set a time as he goes across the line. What can Simpson do? It's second for Courtney Simpson in the Audi. Not bad at all for Courtney Simpson. We're going to watch Tobias Schwulenberg, though, in the middle sector. He's about a 10th off Thunjatorn Konkum. He's just got to nail sector 3 here if he wants to set an improvement, as he's going to have... We're going to see if he is going to finish up the lap. Through turn 15 he goes. Then into the final corner, turn number 16. Can Tobias Schwulenberg improve as he is going to make his way across the line, then down the start finish straight? Is it going to be an improvement for Schwulenberg? Yes, but he still stays in P6, and that is going to be 6th position for Tobias Schwulenberg. Either way, he is ahead of his championship rivals. Thunjatorn Konkum, though, is going to try to extend his advantage here in qualifying. Can he improve and extend his advantage for pole? No, but I think it is going to be the pole unless Talal Nugali has a say in it, as Nugali is going to round turn 16. Is it going to be Konkum or is it going to be Nugali for pole position as Nugali goes across the line? No, he can't do it and he can't improve, and Talal Nugali will start P3, and that means for a second time this season Thunjatorn Konkum is on pole position for the Tangerang ePrix. And that was actually a very exciting qualifying, but dominant stuff from Thunjatorn Konkum. He really nailed his lap, and he just looked on rails through Lippo Village. It looks fantastic throughout the entire lap. Courtney Simpson in P2. Nice to see him back in Talal Nugali. That's his highest qualifying position, I believe, in his career. I can't recall him being any higher. In third, he's been... it's quite nice for him to finally see him up there, obviously. You have Henry J. Brown in fourth. Not bad. And then you have championship leader Schwulenberg. Råberg starting in 8th. So we'll see how it goes for everyone. So got Ramis McGregor down in 19th. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this race is going to affect the championship. Sorry, I went away for a bit, but I am now back. But to remind you then of the championship, we have Ramis McGregor on 70 points at the moment, and Tobias Schwulenberg on 67, so he's 3 points behind. Then we have Ari Soilu in 6th position. His fellow Porsche teammate, Porsche obviously leading the championship by quite a lot. And then you have Erik Adelberg on 56 points, so he's 14 points behind. Albert Chalder in 20, so he's on with 21. Either way, we're going to skip that talk as we are here for the starting grid and for the Tangerang ePrix, and it is Stundetorn Konkum who starts on pole position. Pole number 2 for the man from Thailand, as we have Courtney Simpson lining up in 2nd. Talal Nugali starts 3rd with Henry J. Brown in P4. Jake Tillisley starts in P5 with championship contender Tobias Schwulenberg in P6. Julia Chisetti starts in 7th with Anton Råberg in 8th position. Erki Nytt starts P9 with Zetan Kaya in P10, as Adam Wolf starts P11 with Coleman Russ 12th. 13th is Huang Ming Nguyen, followed by Albert Chowdhury in 14th place. P15, Noah Clifton with Aaron Curtis in 16th. Balin Jolga starts in P17 with Ari Soilu down in 18th. And championship leader Ramis McGregor with a lot to do down in 19th. Halil Shahin in 20th with Nilo Alcida in 21st. P22 is Matthew Falcon and the Geox Dragon of Erik Adelberg. I confused it for Nissan Edams, but I forgot that he wasn't driving Nissan Edams. And the final spot on the grid will be taken by Nick Tander. All right, then, let's get underway for 14 laps of the Tangerang ePrix as a Stundetorn Konkum on pole. Let's see what he can do today from Courtney Simpson in P2 as we have 6 lights. And we are underway here at Tangerang, and a bit of a bad camera angle here, so we can't really see what's going on. But there's Simpson already on the inside line of Stundetorn Konkum as the 2 go wheel to wheel for the lead. And Simpson, as they head into turn 2, is going to be on the outside line of Stundetorn Konkum, the 2 side by side. As we head through the first couple of corners into the break zone of turn 3, Simpson gets the better exit. Looks like he's just about ahead of Simpson as they head down the start-finish straight. Konkum going to be side by side heading into the hairpin as well as the 2 go wheel to wheel. Great battle already as the 2 go all out for the race win here. Into turn 8 we go. Konkum around the outside. He's going to the inside line into turn 10 though. As here he goes. Is that going to allow him to get past the Jamaican and try to defend his leading position? I think it has as they head into turn 11. Stundetorn Konkum defends from Courtney Simpson, as there's Erki Nytt making gains up to P8, as there's Clifton wheel to wheel with Coleman Russ as the 2 go side by side into the braking zone of turn 12. Clifton on the inside line as they head down the start finish right into this little chicane. Oh, he taps the wall though, but he is fine as he had a bit of a slide there on the inside line, though he should be fine. Might damage the suspension a tiny bit, though hopefully won't. As there's Schwulenberg wheel to wheel with Jake Tildesley, though he can't quite get past the Brit just yet. He's gonna try though on the inside into the first corner. Tildesley leaves the space for the championship contender as the Porsche and the Jaguar go side by side into turns 3 and 4 now. Schwulenberg on the outside, but he have the inside line into turn 4. Great racing we're already being treated to here at Lippo Village as Schwulenberg goes on the inside. Tildesley trying to hang on. Can Tobias make the move stick as they head down the back straight? Jolga and Chowdhury there in the background side by side as well. Schwulenberg, every point is going to matter for the German as they head into turn 6 and 7. Now to the braking zone of turn 8. Into the hairpin they go. Schwulenberg on the inside trying to cover off the Brit, and I think he has done it into turn 9. No, there Tildesley is still there as they head into turn 11 now. They're still going to be side by side, I do think, as they head into turn 11. And it's going to be Schwulenberg on the inside line. Tildesley trying to defend into turn 12. As they head out of turn 12, they're going to be side by side through the chicane. Hopefully this won't end in tears for any of them. No. And it's going to be Jake Tildesley who remains ahead of Schwulenberg. So Tobias backing out through the chicane. It's a very, very narrow chicane from what it seems like. So going side by side could be a bit dangerous, but there's Adelberg wheel to wheel with Matthew Falcon. Adelberg currently in P24. This is not what it is at the moment as we approach lap 3, and Henry J. Brown saying the fastest lap of the race. He's made gains as he's gone up to 3rd as we're going to go on board with Erik Adelberg now as he gets the run here on Matthew Falcon down into the first quarter. It's going to be Alderberg on the outside as they head through turn 1. Falcon holding off the inside as they head into turn 2. It's going to be Alderberg now on the inside line. Falcon having to defend the long way around as they head into turn 3. You can see there Falcon just getting ahead, but Alderberg gets the slightly better exit as they head down the back straight. The two are going to be wheel to wheel as they make their way down into the braking zone of the turn 8 hairpin. As Alderberg goes on the inside now into the hairpin, as up there ahead is Soilu and I think that is Nilo Alcide who are going wheel to wheel a bit, as there's Tan there just up ahead going a bit wide. I think he may get roped into this battle if he doesn't pick up the paces. Alderberg still battling with Falcon here. Great battle this is, as the two go wheel to wheel. It's going to be Alderberg on the outside line into the chicane, and I think it's going to be Eric Alderberg who does get Matthew Falcon. So a nice battle there between the two, as there is Ankaya and Nguyen through the final parts of the track. It's going to be Nguyen who gets him into the final corners. Curtis trying to line up a move. Oh no, Clifton though is trying to get Coleman Rus, as Clifton goes a bit wide, and that's going to invite Aaron Curtis to the battle, as Curtis having a look on the outside line, but it's going to be Clifton who remains ahead. Curtis not quite close enough to try a move. As Curtis trying to chase down Clifton. Behind is Abrar Chowdhury there in P16 as well. As we head into the braking zone of turn 8, Clifton going a bit wide, but Curtis won't be able to do anything just yet, so he'll have to stay behind. Situation report for the lead then. Thunderthorn Conkum leads by 0.6 of a second from Courtney Simpson, and then Henry J. Brown in third, and that is Matthew Falcon. Oh no. Oh no. And I think we may just have a little situation on our hands. Please don't let this turn into what I think it's gonna be. But that is Falcon, and there's quite a bit of damage to his car. Either way, Thunderthorn Conkum now in the fastest lap of the race. And he is going quite slowly, Matthew Falcon, so... oh dear. Either way, we're going to focus on something else. The battle for P5 raging on as Jake Tilsley chasing down Tobias Schwulenberg. Or sorry, no, that's the opposite. Tobias Schwulenberg chasing down Jake Tilsley. It's a bit of a train for me by the Brit, as he is 2 seconds off Talal Nugali for P4, so Schwulenberg is going to want to get past the Brit in the Jaguar as soon as possible. Obviously had a chance a few laps to go, but Tilsley defended valiantly from Schwulenberg. Then you have Julia Cisettiberg in P7 who could try to take advantage of the situation as well. And Erki Nytt running in points, P8 at the moment. That'll be 2 whole points for Erki Nytt. Oh no. As everyone's going to have to lap Matthew Falcon here. Please don't be a nuisance to the other guys. I think everyone's going to get past without issue. There goes Schwulenberg on the inside line though. He's going to try to take advantage of these this little traffic incident here. And Schwulenberg gets ahead for P5. And that is Tilsley down a position. There's Anton Råberg trying to get past in the mess. Oh no, this is not going to be very, very good. And Råberg's going past Wolf. Adam Wolf is just losing massive amounts of... oh no, this is not going to be good. Yeah, oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, this is really not good at all. You see, there's an absolute chaos as everyone tries to lap Erki Nytt. Drivers just everywhere trying to get past. Surprised we haven't have a crash between everyone here. As, oh, you can see everyone's just trying to get past each other, but it just isn't working. Oh, this is gonna be such a mess. Oh no. Eric Alderberg is going to try to get past him. Tander's falling down to P23. This is not good. This is not good at all. And yeah, red flag. Red flag. So, session will be Session will be restarted very quickly. Yeah, this is just it's not the first time a thing like this has happened in the ACC, but yeah, what can we do? And yeah, there is the official message from Race Control. Matthew Falcon has been disqualified from the Tangerang ePrix, so Falcon will not be making the restart. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more of a clean restart though this time, so won't be too bad. We'll get underway with it very shortly though. Just have to reform the grid and everything, so that'll take a bit of a while, but hopefully you can excuse us. Hopefully we should have a quite clean restart then. Thank you for staying patient. Just stick with us and we will be getting underway shortly. And are we here? Yes, we are. So we're gonna have the restart here very, very quickly. It'll be in the positions that everyone was before the red flag. So everyone minus Matthew Falcon will start the race. As we have 6 lights once again here at Tangerang, and we are underway once again for the Tangerang ePrix. And it looks to be a good start for Courtney Simpson as he's already wheeled to wheel through toward Kokum once again, as the two guys are gonna battle it out for the lead heading into turn 3. It's gonna be Simpson on the outside, but now Kokum's gonna have to go the long way around trying to defend from the Jamaican as they head down into the back straight, and Simpson is ahead and he takes the race lead of the Tangerang ePrix. Is Kokum gonna be able to retaliate though, as he is gonna try and move maybe on the inside line into turn 8 quite possibly, as Nugali holds off Henry J. Brown for P3 this time, as there goes Konkum on the inside line. He's getting on the outside as they head into turn 8, as Simpson holds the inside line. Simpson just hanging on then, as Konkum now on the offense trying to retake the fastest position as the two go wheel to wheel then into turn 12, as we can now head through the chicane. They're gonna go side by side. Konkum on the inside line as Simpson tiny bit of a brush with the wall, but that is gonna cost him, as here goes Talal Nugali on the inside line of Courtney Simpson, as the two are gonna go wheel to wheel. Simpson might lose another position here if he isn't careful, as they head through turn 15. Nugali on the inside. Is he going to get it done as they head to turn 16 in the final corner? Simpson on the inside as the two go wheel to wheel. Now Henry J. Brown could be roped into this, as Nugali is going to be on the outside. There's Brown having a look on the inside, tries to make it 3 wide, as Simpson still trying to defend his position from the Saudi Arabian as they head into turn 3 and now into turn 4. Nugali, can he make the move stick as they head down back straight? This is really good news for Thurias or Konkum though, as these guys battling is gonna allow him to pull away quite a lot. Down the back straight then through turn 6, 7 and 8. And now into the turn 8 hairpin. Nugali on the outside line of Courtney Simpson. Is Simpson going to be able to defend? I think it looks like it as they head into turns 9 and 10. Nugali on the inside line, though. This is a great battle we're having for P2. Both drivers not giving an inch to each other as Simpson goes a bit wide, though, through turn 11. Can he still hang on as they head down into the chicane? And it is Talal Nugali who is ahead, but Simpson might lose another position here as Henry J. Brown with an opportunity move on the inside, and he's crashed. Oh my goodness. And Courtney Simpson hard slam into the wall. And there's a crash at the back. And that's Nick Tander. And Tander, I wonder, has he done the same thing as Courtney Simpson? And just completely slammed into the wall. No, he just stops. And I think that's some sort of failure on Tander's car. It just went for Tim, and oh no, not again. And someone is going rather slowly, and this is gonna not do, this won't do wonders with the field. Come on, guys. Oh Jesus. Well, now it's gonna be an absolute kerfuffle here, as everyone is gonna try to get past the stricken car of Courtney Simpson. I think Jolga's going slowly as well. No, that's still Simpson, because he's just going down position after position. That is not good news for Courtney Simpson. Oh my goodness. So Soiler gonna go around the outside of Courtney Simpson. He gets past rather easily. Alderbest gonna try to get past on the straight, and that will pose too much issues for him. But this is not good news now. Oh Jesus. As Remus McGregor chasing down Baljolga now. I think McGregor did benefit a bit from this. But your top 3 at the moment is Konkum, Nugali, Brown, and then Tildesley, and then Erki Nytt in P5, who was able to benefit from all this. He got past Tobias Schwulenberg for P5, so not bad stuff from Erki Nytt. This is gonna pose issues though, and I do not like it. Either way, we won't focus on it too much. Let's focus on the battles we have at the moment. As Konkum leads from Nugali by 1.6 seconds. We have Remus McGregor chasing down Balinjolga, as well as Huang Ming Nguyen as the fast lap of the race so far. On lap 4 out of 8. As there he is, Courtney Simpson, and yeah, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good at all. Oh dear me. As he, oh, and into the wall again for good measure. This is pretty catastrophic. And you can see it's just like he's completely grinding to a halt, it looks like, but yeah, he's just still going. And I think this weekend is gonna be investigated for driving standards, I'm sure. As the leading pack are now converging on his position, you can see there is Thornithorn Konkum just gonna close up on the stricken Audi car. And yeah, red flag. We're gonna have red flag once again. And yeah, official message from race control: the race will not be restarted. Yeah, this is not how we wanted this to go. Half points will be awarded because we did complete at least a bit of race distance. So half points will be awarded for the race. But yeah, that means that Thunderthorn Konkum takes the second win of the season, albeit in a quite weird fashion. so to say. But yeah, that's been it for the ACOC. Thanks for watching. I guess it's not been how we wanted it to go, but yeah. I can't give out Travis today because we didn't really have a race on our hands. But yeah, I've been your commentator, Miran FG. Thank you for watching, and we will see you when the ACC returns next week. Thank you.